Hey everyone, welcome back to You Enjoy Life. Hope you're doing well. If you're just joining, I'm Yashua, and this channel is really simple. It's really just about sharing things that bring me joy and that maybe lift you up and inspire you in a way that's just gonna get you off the internet and get you into your life. Because yes, you're here, and I recognize that people like to go on the internet and find things for motivation, but it can be very easy to get sucked in and kind of go in the YouTube rabbit hole. So rather than do that, watch this video, get inspired, and then go out. Like I'm at a lake right now, just hiked. We hiked about 5 miles to get here, my partner and I. And we're just traveling around right now, just kind of like connecting to nature much more deeply. And because of that, I thought it'd be really fun to do a video on meditation. I've been meditating for a very long time. Meditation's probably been one of the most powerful things in my life, on my spiritual path, spiritual journey, whatever you want to call it. But there are certain things along the way that I wish I had known that would have made meditation much more simple. And I think at the core of meditation, there's a very basic thing to it that maybe if you don't understand it will keep you away and keep you stuck in like kind of the wrong state. So I'm going to talk a bit about my experience of meditation, and then I'm going to do a very basic meditation to kind of just help drop you into that space. So some of the benefits of meditation, well, I mean, there's a million, but just clarity, calmness, being able just to be in this like very deep connected state to yourself helps with stress, it helps with relaxation, and the list goes on and on and on. So chances are you've probably meditated before. Maybe you've been meditating for a long time, maybe you're new to it, and that this video is some sort of inspiration to get you into it. So probably the biggest thing that I wish I had known when I first started meditating was that I always associated meditation with like maybe what we classically think of in the kind of spiritual world is sitting in like a room, sitting like in lotus position, like this, eyes closed, and just like lights off, Tibetan chants, you know, candles lit, incense, whatever, and just sitting there. And it's not to say that that isn't meditation, but I think what I found was I really associated meditation with that space. And meditation is much more simple. And because what would happen is I was living in Brooklyn, and I was a Buddhist at the time, and I was really getting deep into meditation, and it was helping me really calm down, calm my breath, calm all my like anxious energy and my ADHD stuff that I was still working through. And what really was a big struggle for me is I would sit in my room with the lights off and I would meditate. But then I would go out into New York City and cars honking and like, you know, sirens going off and all this stuff. Maybe I'm just covering it's a little windy out here. I'm gonna cover my microphone a bit. And that would basically take me out of the meditation. So I could sit in my room and I could be extremely peaceful and feel great. But the second I went into the city, it was like that was all gone. So it was kind of like, what's the point, right? So I got a little frustrated and I started diving deeper into what meditation was. And over time I learned that meditation was much more simple. It was really being in this deep state of heightened awareness, this state of presence where you're just fully present with the moment, beyond thought, beyond words. You're in your breath, you're just there, you're just feeling sensations, and you're just completely tuned in. And what's amazing about that is, you know, it doesn't just have to be in that one state. You can actually be like doing the dishes and meditating. You could be out in nature and meditating, even not just sitting, but you could even be on like a walk. There's walking meditations. So the more you drop into that space, the more you realize it's not actually like this separate state from the rest of life that you go into when you have your 30 minutes of peace and then you're back out in it. Like, no, you can start dropping into that space. You can be having conversations with people and be in this really deep state of just heightened presence and awareness and just like really feeling somebody else. So you can do eye gazing as an amazing form of meditation where you're just completely tuned in. You know, you might be hearing this dog in the background barking, and if you're so focused on the barking and you're being taken out of the moment, no matter what, like you're going to have distractions when you're meditating. So like to be present and to notice those things come up and not be frustrated by it or be taken out by it is a huge piece of that. So that's just kind of a little bit of a snippet of meditation. And the reason I really bring that up is because I don't want you to get too caught up in like the ideal of what meditation is in a lot of like the more Western sort of spiritual world, because it's so much greater. And the more you cultivate it, the more you can just develop this calm sense of presence. Hello, bird. Oh my God, this bird is like, I kind of want to show you this bird. Can I? Hey, there you go. Wow, this is beautiful. Nature, like looking at animals, to me, that's a form of meditation. So why don't we just drop into a little bit of a meditation. There's many different ways you can do it. It's great if you're struggling to sleep. I used to have sleeping issues, and then I would do sort of sleeping meditations where I'd lie down and meditate. A lot of people say to sit up first because you don't want to fall asleep. But again, don't get too caught up in what's right or what's wrong. It's a huge piece of meditation. When we get too heady about it and we get frustrated, we actually miss being in that present state. So for me, a very, very basic form, and I'll do an eyes closed meditation for this. So what I want you to do is just sit in a chair. You can lie down even. You can sit up on the floor, whatever feels comfortable for you, just to start. The goal here is just to get really comfortable. And we're just going to do a few minute little check-in meditation, you could say. So close your eyes and just breathe through your nose very gently. First thing I want you to do is just focus on your breath. Just keep breathing very gently through your nose. And as you're breathing, just start to get really aware of the sensations that you're feeling. Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel calm? Is there something off in your body? Maybe you need to kind of move and shift a little bit. You might start to become aware of certain sounds, certain ideas, thoughts might pop up in your head, what you need to do, what you just did, are you doing it right? Just notice those things. Continue to breathe very calmly. And with each breath, just get a little bit more and more relaxed. If you need to shift your body a little bit because something's uncomfortable, just breathe in and slowly shift. Now, if you're noticing sounds that are distracting you, just feel into the sensation that you're feeling. Maybe there's frustration. Maybe there's just a tingling sensation in your chest. Whatever you're feeling, just become aware of it. It's in this sense of awareness that we can start to separate our awareness from our thoughts. We are not our thoughts. And there's a piece of us that's much greater than our thoughts, that's just pure awareness. So if we can be aware of those thoughts coming up, we can observe them, we can look at them, and we can just let them go. Let the judgment come up, you see it, you don't attach meaning, and you just let it go with the out breath. Keep breathing. And rather than trying to quiet our mind here, we're just going to be aware of our mind. Any moments in your life where you're starting to feel disconnected, starting to feel out of sorts, maybe stressed or anxious, just drop into your breath. You can close your eyes and just become aware of the sensations you're feeling. Beyond the meaning you're attaching them, just feel those sensations and breathe into them and just allow them to be. No judgment, no story, just awareness. Heightened awareness, very subtle breath. Will bring you back to the present moment. When we're in deep meditation, there's no past, there's no future, there just is the very moment you're experiencing. Nothing to worry about, nothing to do or prove or criticize, just presence. Whenever you feel ready, start to come back, slowly opening your eyes. And this feeling you're feeling, you can bring it into your life. So practice meditation by yourself, alone in your room, but also at work. So when you're cooking, just be present. Drop in. You might find yourself totally out of the moment. Come back and have the awareness. Say, wait a minute, I've been out of this moment. Maybe you're eating a meal and you're just mindlessly eating. Pause, check in, and just be present. And be amazed to see how you feel. Thank you all for tuning in. It's always just great to have you. So much more to come. The adventure has only just begun.